Today we will see the join method. So first we will see one real life example. Okay. So suppose you went for the driving license. So there are three counters. Okay. First counter. This is the second counter, and this one is the another counter here. Suppose there is a three counter. First, second, and third. First counter for the suppose for the driving. For driving we have first counter. Another counter we have that is for the medical, and another counter for we have that is the for the officer. Officer will check all the things and it will sign and you will get the license, right? So first for the driving, then medical, then officer. If driving will complete, then you will move to the medical, right? If medical will complete, then officer sign your license, right? So did you saw that like all the things will happen at the same time? Driving, medical, and officer sign at same time. It will be not happen like that, right? First driving will happen, after that medical will happen, and after that officer will happen, right? So same thing we will try to create with the help of our thread. Okay, so simply we will come here, and for that what we have to do first, we have to create a three classes: driving, medical, and the officer. So simply we will come here. Suppose and we will use the sleep method also. For driving we will take 5 seconds, then medical we will take 3 seconds, and for officer we will take the 2 seconds. We knows that, right, how to use the sleep method. So simply we'll come here and we will create a class. So first class we have to create is class driving. Class driving we have created. So now we have to convert this into the thread. So how we will create? Extends thread, right? After that we have to override the run method, right? Public sorry public void run. Oh sorry. Okay. After that here what we will do, simply we will write anything here. So I'm writing a system.out first, and after that here I'm writing driving is started, we will write simply, and after that we will stop the thread for the some time. Okay. So we have to take the time, no, for the driving. Okay. So we will write simple thread dot sleep. Suppose it will take the 3 seconds. We are completing the driving in the 3 seconds. Okay, can we complete? No. Okay. Surrounding with the try catch. Okay, and after that what we will do here, system.out, and after 3 seconds it have to print driving is completed. Okay, simply we have to write here driving is completed. Mean what will happen here? Simply we will call from here, right? That is the main class. So it will become here, it will print driving is started. After that it will see thread dot sleep. So what it will do, thread will be sleep for the 3 seconds. If 3 seconds will complete, it will again come here and it will print driving is completed. Same like that we will get another class, which is the another class here, medical. So we will simply will come here medical. After that simply we have to create the thread for here also, extends thread, right? Simply create override the run method public void run. So sorry here. Okay, after that simply we will write system.out here, medical is start. Okay, after that we will take some time, thread dot sleep, sorry, thread dot sleep. Anytime we can make here. Okay, so 5, okay, 5 seconds will take here. Okay, and after that we have to handle the exception, try catch I am writing here. Okay, and after that here system.out again, and here medical is completed. Medical is completed, medical is started, then it will wait for the 5 seconds, and then medical is completed. After that another section we have, sorry, class officer extends, we will write simply extends 3. Okay, inside that what we need to write, again we have to override the run method public void run. Okay, here I have overridden the run method also. Again we will write system dot out officer is checking. First it will check no. Okay, officer is checking the file. After that again thread dot sorry thread dot sleep, and it will wait for the suppose 2 seconds. Okay, again try catch. Okay, control 1 and space. You control 1 and enter. Okay, it will come. After that system dot out again, and here we will write officer is dot site we will write. Okay, so 3 class we have created here. Which are that class? First class is a driving class, then medical class, and then officer class. So what we did inside the driving class, simply we have overridden the run method, then driving started, then it will wait for the 3 seconds, then again it will come here and it will print driving is completed. Again it will come to the medical, then medical is started, then it will print medical is completed after 5 seconds. Right. After that it will come to the officer, officer is checking, then thread dot sleep. It will wait for the 2 seconds, and after 2 seconds it will print officer is signed. Okay, now we have to call this one. So how we will call that things? By creating an object, simple, right? So simply I am coming into the test class. You can do into the any other class also. Okay, but I am doing into the separate class. So simply we will create an object. Which is the first class? Driving. Driving I will write here. Okay, driving class we have created. Now we have to simply, this is the thread, we have to start the thread. No, so how we will start the thread? Driving dot start, simply, right? After that another class we have new medical. Okay, and after that medical dot start, simply. Another class we have, okay, another class is officer, new officer. Okay, and with the help of officer we have to again start the class. Okay, is done. If I run this one, so what will be the output we will get? How much thread we have here? Three, three or four thread here? Three or four? Four or three? Four or three? Three. Main is also there, so we have a four thread here, right? Four thread we have. So if I run this one, so what will be the output we will get? First, then okay, then medical, then officer. Can we get this one? Depends on thread schedule, right? See, suppose if I run this one, see, all the things are started. Then we don't want like that, no. Drive is also started, medical is also started, officer is also checking. We don't want like that, right? First we want driving, then after that we want medical, and after that we want officer. So for that simply we will use the join method. When the join method is involved, the current thread stop its execution and it will give chance to the when another thread will complete its task, then that thread will be again started execution. Suppose these are the two threads here, and we are using the join method here. So what it will be do? It will stop its execution here, and it will wait for its execution. When this thread is complete its execution, then again it will start the execution. Okay, that is the use of our join method. So for that, what we need to do? Simply, I am writing here medical, sorry, not medical, driving, dot. Simply, I am writing here join. Okay, driving dot join, it is throwing one exception. Okay, simply I am throwing the exception, that is the interrupted exception. Okay, again it will become here. So for medical also we have to write, so medical dot join, simply we will write here. Okay, you can handle it here also, but this is not the good thing. So okay, so we'll try with this one. After that we'll try again with the try catch. Okay, so this is the thing. Simply I have used here driving dot join. What JVM will do? JVM come to the main method. We have created the thread here, right? And who is executing this all the task here? Main thread, right? Main thread is executing all the tasks. So it will become here, main thread will come create another thread here, that is the driving. Suppose driving is the name of this thread. Not driving is not the name of this thread, but we are just imagine that. Okay, so here it will create a thread. After that, here start the thread, and here it will become, that is the driving dot join. So what it will be do? Main thread will be stop its execution, and it will wait for this thread to complete the task. Right? It will wait for this thread to complete this task. Whenever this thread is complete this task, then again it will be start, and again it will be execute. Again it will create a this thread, and again it will be start. Okay, again it will become downside medical dot join. So again it will be stop its execution, and it will wait for this thread to complete the task. When this thread completes its task, then again it will become here. Again it will create a thread, and again it will be start the thread. Now we will check that we are getting the result or not. Simply if I run this one, driving started, driving is completed, then medical started. Okay, we are getting same result, correct result we are getting or not. Okay, so that is the use of our join method. So what join method will do, if you perform join method on the thread, so it will be stop the execution, and it will wait for another thread to it complete its execution. Okay, so here we have a thread. Here who is waiting, that is the main thread. Okay, here we are using with the main thread. You can try with the another thread also, different thread. Okay, I have tried with the main thread. Here main thread is stop its execution. It is waiting to complete this thread first, then again it will be start, then again it will be waits to stop its execution, complete its execution. When this thread will complete its execution, then again it will come down, and it will perform this task. Okay, so that is the use of our join method. Inside the join method also we have a three methods. That is the join, join long millisecond. If you want to give some time, you can give, or nanosecond if you want to give, you can give them. Yeah. Okay, this is the use of our join method. So anyone have any problem here? Yield method is different. No, yield method means what it will be do. See here, inside the yield method, so it will be give chance to the another thing. It will stop its execution, and it will chance to the another thing. But here inside the join, what it will do, it stop its execution, and it is wait to complete the another thing. Okay, okay, this is the join method. So anyone have any problem here inside the join? Anyone have any problem? No one have problem. Okay, so we will move to the another part, that is the interrupt. Okay, so interrupt method is used to interrupt an executing thread. Now we will try to interrupt a thread. Okay, we will try to interrupt a thread. Simply we will come here, and we will remove this all the things. Try and catch. Simply we will come here, just remove this one, and here you can use try catch. For all these things we have to use try catch. No? So simply we will write here try, and here we will close it here, catch block. Okay, if I run this one now also, done. Okay, simply we have to use, you can use with the try catch, but this is, if you want to handle the exception, try catch is best. Okay, don't close the exception, because it will take the object to the GVM hand over to the default exception handler. Okay, sometimes, so that's why it is the best way to handle the exception, that is the try and the catch. Okay, so after that we will see the interrupt method. Now we will try to interrupt a thread. Okay, so simply I will remove this one, and this one also, this one also, this, all the things also. Okay, now we will try to interrupt a thread. So how we will interrupt a thread? Interrupt a thread. For that we have a one method, that is the interrupt method. Okay, if you want to interrupt the thread, for that we have a interrupt method. And you can, if thread is interrupt, that time it will throw one exception, that is the interrupted exception. So simply we'll come here, and we will try to create one thread first. So we will write here extend thread, uh, extends thread. After that, override the run method, right? So public void and run method. Okay, so here I'm writing system dot out again. and here I'm writing interrupt. Interrupt method I'm writing here. Okay, and simply will come here and new. This is the basic only, right? Object I'm created and obj dot start. If I run this one means what we will get? Interrupt method, right? Simply interrupt method will print on the console. Interrupt method is printing on the console. Now we want to interrupt the thread. So what we have to do? Simply we have to use the interrupt method public void interrupt, right? So this is not a static method, so we have to use with the object. Simply I'm coming here and I'm writing here object dot interrupt. I'm using interrupt method here, so it have to interrupt, right? It have to throw the one exception, that is the interrupted exception, right? It have to throw the interrupted exception. Simply will come here, we'll right click here, we run as and Java application. Now we'll try to run this one, but it is not throwing the interrupted exception. Why it is not throwing the interrupted exception is because our thread is not interrupted here. Why it is not interrupted? Because interrupt method will only work when the thread is sleeping or the waiting state. If you want to interrupt the thread, so thread will be in the sleeping or the waiting state. So simply we can try to sleep this thread. So thread dot sleep. Okay, here I am using 1000 and I am using the try catch also. Now we will try to interrupt the thread. It will interrupt or not this time. It will be interrupt. Right click, run as, and simply I will write Java application. So this type our interrupt thread will be one. Okay, our thread is interrupted here, but still it is printing interrupt method, right? But here our thread is interrupted. If you write this one below this one, so it will be not interrupt. It will be not print. Okay, this type if you want to interrupt a thread, we can interrupt a thread. Okay, and yesterday some people ask me, one doubt. So you can use this one also. Okay, simply if you can interrupt a thread and inside the catch block you can call the another thread, so you can easily achieve your point. Okay, so this is the interrupt thread. If you want to interrupt a thread, simply you can use the interrupt method. With the help of interrupt method, we can successfully interrupt a thread. And if thread is interrupt, that time it will throw the one exception, that is the interrupted exception. But if you want to perform the interrupt method, so when it will be work? When thread is in the sleeping or the waiting state. Okay, another two methods we have, that is the interrupted method and is interrupted method. So why we are using this both of the method? So interrupted method is used to check whether a thread is interrupted or not. But another method also we have, that is the is interrupted method. See why we are using this method also? It is also used to check whether the thread is interrupted or not. Okay, so both the methods have the same use. Both the methods are used to check whether the thread is interrupted or not. So we will come here and simply will try to check that. So simply we will come here and will write inside the this one, inside the try block we will try to write, or simply we'll create a one for loop here. Int I equals to 0, then I less than I am writing, then I plus plus. Okay, and inside that fit dot sleep simply will write. Okay, and here I'm writing I only, not I, system dot out, and I am print here. Okay, so what it will be do? Simply it will come here and it will see thread dot sleep. So what it will do? It will throw one exception, that is the interrupted exception. If I run this one, see our thread is interrupted here. If our thread is interrupted, our for loop is not going on. It is abnormally terminate the program, right? So what we will do, simply will come here and here we will check that our thread is interrupted or not. If you want to check that our thread is interrupted or not, for that we have two methods, interrupted and is interrupted. Means it is giving the status our thread is interrupted or not. Simply we will write here system.out, and here we will write thread dot, because it is not a both, one method is static but another method is not a static. So interrupted method is a static, so we can use with directly with the class name, no? thread dot interrupted. Thread dot interrupted I am writing here. Okay, thread dot interrupted if I write here and if I run this one now, see, so it is printing, but our for loop is going on. If our thread is interrupted, so why it is printing like that? See, if our thread, suppose I am removing this one, okay, removing this one, I am running this one. If our thread is interrupted, so it don't have to run the for loop, right? But if you are printing the status, so it is running. See? Yes. Yes, it is checking the condition. No, only it have to print the condition only. That is the our thread is interrupted or not. Right. We will try to execute the another one. Okay, that is the is interrupted method we have. No, simple will come here and we will try to execute here. Thread dot current thread, because it is not a static method. So and is interrupted. Okay. Now what will be the output we will get here? True or false? True we will get. Why? Because we are interrupting a thread and thread is in the sleeping state also. That's why it is giving the true. If I run this one also again, so it is printing true, but it is not executing the for loop because thread is interrupted here. If our thread is interrupted, how it will be start the for loop, right? But if we use the interrupted method, that time it is going on, right? If we are using is interrupted method, so it is not do anything, right? It is printing true, but it is not printing the for loop, right? But if we are using the interrupted method, see, again we will try to use the interrupted method. So basically, because of it's a static. No. Yes, bro. Okay. So it is printing the status first. That is the true. Okay. It is printing the status first true, and after that it is changing the status from true to false. Okay. Not from false to true. Okay. It is changing the status only from the true to false, and JVM consider like thread is not interrupted here. Okay. JVM will come here inside the object we have created. Thread we have created. Then object dot interrupt. We will see sleep method is there or not. Yes, sleep method is there, so it will be interrupt the thread. Then object dot start, it will become here, right, inside the run method. It is printing thread dot interrupted. So what interrupted method will do, it will print the status first, and after that it will change the status from true to false. After that JVM thinks like it is not interrupted, and it will be execute the for loop. Okay, so that is the difference between interrupted and the is interrupted, and both the methods are used to print the status of the thread. Thread is interrupted or not interrupted. If we use this one, see again one more time. Suppose if I execute this line twice, copy, and here I am pasting. So what will be the result in the first statement and what will be result in the second statement? First true and second false. First false true and true false. True false or false true? True false. True false. True false or false true? How many for the true false? Only 2%. And how many for the false true? No person are there. Many people from the both side. Okay. So if I run this one, true, false we are getting, and then again it is executing. But again, if I printing here means now true false true or true false false? True false false. True false true. True or false? Last statement is true or false? False. Okay, if I run this one, if I run this one, true, false, false. It will change the status from only true to false, not from the false to true. Okay, but if you are using here is interrupted method means how we have to use current thread we have to use, and dot is interrupted we have to use. Okay, and simply I will try to print here also, copy, and here. Okay, here also I will try to print this one. Now what will be the output we will get? True, 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 or false, false, false. Okay, seriously, na? Okay, if I run this one, you will see true, true, true we are getting, and exception we are getting. So that is the point he is saying like that. See here, interrupted method clears the interrupted status from true to false if the thread is interrupted. But is interrupted method does not clear the interrupted status. And again, interrupted method will change the result if called twice. If you call this twice, it will be change the result. But if we call the is interrupted method, it will same. It will give the same result all the time. So that is the all about the interrupt and the is interrupted method. So today we have completed all the methods inside the thread class. First we completed the basic method, that is the run method, start method, current thread and easy lab. After that get name, set name we have completed. Is daemon, set daemon, priority method we have completed. And today we have completed preventer execution methods, that is the sleep, yield, join and the interrupting a thread method. That is the interrupt, is interrupted and the interrupted. Why we are using the interrupt method? To check the no, interrupt is interrupted, no. Why we are using is interrupted method? Interrupt is interrupted and the interrupted method, both the method used for check whether our thread is interrupted or not. So why we are using interrupt method then? Three method, no, we have interrupt, is interrupted and interrupted. If you want to interrupt a thread, that time simply will use the interrupt. Okay, easy only. After that, why we are using sleep method? Okay. After that, join method. One day it will again start the execution, right? And why we are using the yield method? It will give chance to the other, right? So this is all about all methods which are present inside the thread class. Anyone have any difficulties? Still now, anyone have any difficulties? What is the life cycle of the thread? Create, run, new thread, then runnable, running. When thread will be come from runnable to running? Runnable to running. Here it is written, guys. JVM is will allocate the processor. After that, when it will come from running to dead, task is completed. Okay, here it is. When dead is coming from running to the non-runnable state, if you perform sleep method, wait method, or suspend any method, if you perform, it will come to the non-runnable state. We have taken the real life example also, right? Human is born, then it will ready for the job and all. He will be study and all. Then he will be doing the job, right? If his job is go, if his job is when he stop for some time, again he will be prepared. Again he is doing the job. Okay, work hard. After that he will be come into the job again. Right. After that, what it will be do? If he is earn the money, he live the life, he will be went to the dead state. From the dead state, he will be not alive again. Right? Can he will be alive? No, right? This is the life cycle of the thread. Okay? So that's it for the thread class. Now we will see the synchronization in the another session. Okay? After 1 hour, we will take this session. Is it okay now? Okay now? Everyone have breakfast? Yes. Then done. Okay. So we'll take the session. That is the synchronization we will take. Okay, so that's it for